If you have to work with numbers with decimal values within them, so a number of decimal places, then it's worth exploring the different rounding functions available to you in Excel. Now you might say, well, there's just this nice little icon up here for increasing and decreasing the number of decimal places. There is, but that physically doesn't change the value held in that cell. If we take this rounding sheet, for example, we have here a value of 34.67893. And it may be that we don't wish to see such a big long number, so we want to remove the decimal places. So we click decrease decimal places by 1, and again, and you'll see that as you remove them, it is rounding, but it's only rounding in the display. So only here do we see 34.68. In the formula bar, we see the raw number, and the raw number is still 34.67893. So the formatting can be controlled with these little icons, but that doesn't change the actual value. So if you then start running calculations on those cells, the calculated result could be different than what you expect when looking at the raw number. So we need to use a rounding function to round to the appropriate values. Now there are 3 rounding functions in Excel. There's round, round up, and round down. Now the rounding function is simply equals round, open brackets, the cell you would like to round the value for, so let's choose that one there on the left, comma, and then how many decimal places do you wish to round to? Well, you can type a number in, but I'm going to reference this cell here so that we can actually change that as we go. And I will fix that, so regardless of where this formula ends up, it will still look at the number of decimal places cell. Close brackets and return. And you can see that the number, although it still shows the same number of decimal places, which we can control with our formatting tools here, it has been rounded to 34.68, which is 34.67893 to 2 decimal places. Let's replicate that formula down the list. If we changed this to 5, then you see that it would round to 34.68 because the third value is 5 or above. So 0 to 4 with the round function will effectively round down, and 5 to 9 with the round function will effectively round up. The formatting here is what's controlling the number of decimal places. We can remove those because they're 0, so we don't need to see them. So that's the round function, leaving Excel to make the decision of whether to round up or down, and it does it based on 0 to 4 or 5 to 9 in the digit that goes after the one you're rounding to. So in this case, we're rounding to 2 decimal places, it goes in the 3rd digit. So rounding down, if we want to force all rounding to go down, which is sometimes the case when you're looking at financial institutions, they say round down, regardless of the numerical value. So it's this cell we're looking at. And we'll go to 2 decimal places again, but we're effectively forcing the rounding to always go down and never go up. That way, when we replicate this formula, this cell here that with a normal round function would go to 0.68 goes to 0.67, as does the next one, as does the next one, because they're just looking at the 2 digits, and anything after that is just completely ignored effectively. So we're rounding down, and we use the formatting tool to remove those useless zeros that are not needed. Rounding up, so we can force it to round up every time, is round up that cell, and there, we'll fix that. And this time they all round up. So the 0.678 goes up to 68, 67065 will also go up to 0.68. So you can see the round up goes up regardless of what the 3rd digit is in this case. So let's remove those extraneous zeros. So we have round up, round down, and round. This is not the same as using the formatting to do the rounding for you, because that's only formatting. It doesn't change the actual value held in that cell. If you need to physically do a round, then use one of the round functions. Round, which makes its own decision of whether to go up or down. Round down forces all the rounding to go down, and round up forces all of the rounding to go up, regardless of what the value is in the next decimal place along.